Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jacob Tiranno, and today I'm going to be doing an update on my 365-day movie challenge. Now, I know I've caught behind. If you've been following my weekly updates, I haven't posted a week 14 or week 15 update. Everything was kind of crazy. It was CinemaCon this past week. Before that, I was prepping for CinemaCon and making sure I was prepared. So obviously, there's really no excuse, but everything got really hectic. So I'm going to do them back to back. All right, let's hop right into it. For my week 14 update, the first movie I watched was Demolition, the filmmaker who brought us Wild and Dallas Buyers Club, which starts the new movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought Demolition was good. I thought this film had great performances, but overall didn't hold the water that Wild did. I thought that Wild and Demolition tell a very similar story in the sense that they're both about finding yourself and these people going through these periods of time to find out who they are. And even though Wild was made before Demolition, Wild is definitely more of a complete, fuller story where Demolition kind of falls to tell that version. But I also think Jake Gyllenhaal is the highlight of the movie. Naomi Watts is really good. Chris Cooper is really good as well. It's a movie that I recommend people see, but definitely not as good as it could have been. For my full review, click that white eye right up here. A bunch of links drop down. You'll be able to see my review for that. The following day, I watched the new Melissa McCarthy movie, The Boss. I love Melissa McCarthy. I've been loving Melissa McCarthy ever since I discovered her. Long time ago, and it's getting harder and harder to defend her. I think because, well, I shouldn't say defend her, because even when I see her now, even though I haven't liked some of her movies in the past, I'm always thinking to myself, when I see her in a poster, when I see her in a trailer, I'm excited for that movie. And I think I've figured out what the problem is. When her and her husband, Ben Falcone, make a movie together, that's the movie that I don't like. Those are the movies that I really don't appreciate. They're very formulaic. If you read my review, click that link below, drop it down, you'll be able to read it. I talk about just like this formula. There's this character that has this physical aspect about them. They dress up crazy. They have a crazy haircut. There's a lot of physical comedy. They're, really foolish until they have an emotional little ending. And I get more in depth. But I think Melissa McCarthy's at her best when she's not directing herself, or her husband's not directing her, or they're not necessarily in creative control. And I hate saying that because I absolutely love Melissa McCarthy, and I think it's amazing that she gets to make movies with her husband. But unfortunately, the trend is the Melissa McCarthy movies I don't like are typically from the ones with her and her husband. My full review, click that white eye. Moving forward. Then I watched, and this would begin a pretty much 2-week long theme week. I started watching the DC animated films from Warner Brothers that would go straight to DVD and Blu-ray. And I started off with probably my favorite, and that was the 2009 film Wonder Woman. And I think Wonder Woman was just so awesome. I thought it was fast-paced. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect movie to see if you are excited and saw the Justice League and you're like, oh man, I want to know more about Wonder Woman. Diana Prince's story is told so perfectly here, and it's told, it's done with a lot of fun, and it's filled with action, but definitely, I don't think it's the best, because some of the Batman movies I've seen before this challenge were really, really good, but definitely Wonder Woman caught me by surprise. It is the perfect introduction for new fans, but it is also a great tribute for fans who have already loved the character of Diana. I mean, it's just a badass movie. I really, really recommend it. The following day, let's see here. I talked about Hardcore Henry, the new action movie, the first-person movie. And I actually did a review with Josh Bell and James Shee. Click that link. You'll be able to see that video. I think that Hardcore Henry was cool, and it was different, and it was trying to be something different, but it didn't stick with me. I couldn't really get into the movie because I didn't really care about the characters or the plot that was going on. I think that the gimmick of it, the fact that it is all shot in first person, is something cool about it. It is something different. However, to me, it doesn't hold my interest for the entire hour and 40-minute movie. It really kind of wears thin pretty quickly. And I think there are some really cool action sequences, and there are a couple spots in the movie where I'm like, wow, I really want to know how they did that sequence. But overall, I would say that I didn't get myself really involved in the picture. I feel myself very, very immersed in the storytelling. And maybe this movie's not for storytelling. You know, we talked about video game audiences, and maybe this is the movie for video game audiences. But overall, for me, it lacked that connection for me to care what was going on, to really be enjoying myself or feeling for these characters. So to me, Hardcore Henry was okay, but for more, check out that review as well. I know this week, that's why I didn't do a themed week really on week 14, because I was watching so many new releases that I didn't really want to only do a few day releases. But anyway, I continued. From this point on, I pretty much watched all DC animated films. So when you go on my week 15, right up here, you'll be able to see more of the DC animated straight to DVD features. Day 96, I watched Batman Assault on Arkham, and another excellent addition to the DC Warner Brothers animated films. It's bold, it's mature, and it's a lot of fun. It's not strictly a Batman film. It has a lot about Suicide Squad. I mean, we have tons of amazing characters in the movie, but if you're a comic fan, this is the kind of movie that you really want to see, especially fans of the darker stuff. I mean, you have the Joker, you have Suicide Squad, you have Deadshot, you have Harley Quinn. I mean, boom, what more do you need? If you're excited for Suicide Squad coming out in August, if you're pumped, if you can't wait, check out Batman Assault on Arkham, because it's a clever, engaging story and has amazing action sequences. Plus, unlike BVS, it really kind of respects the characters and really keeps loyalty to them. So make sure to go check that out. Really great movie. Day 97, I continued the marathon watching Son of Batman. Now, Son of Batman was good, but possibly my least favorite Warner Brothers DC animated film. But even though it was good and still my least favorite, that says a lot about the quality of these films. There's some really great action. You get some awesome characters, seeing Deathstroke and Nightwing. But it really lacks a solid story, right? And this story has been taken out of the comics, but it's just not really well portrayed here in this movie for some reason. It didn't have the best voice cast. But I will say Jason O'Mara did a solid job as the Dark Knight, as he would in multiple other DC Batman films. But it left me feeling lukewarm, and after seeing Wonder Woman and Batman Assault on Arkham, it really kind of lacked. Then I continued watching as I moved on to Batman vs. Robin. Unlike its predecessor, which is Son of Batman, it offers a solid story with great drama and awesome characters. It has all around great voice acting performances, and of course it's beautiful to look at. I mean, the style is so good in this movie, and it has some exhilarating action. It has some amazing fighting sequences, and if not the best of the DC animated collection, it's one of the best films they've ever made. It's really good. Definitely one of my favorites that I saw. Give it a watch as soon as possible. That's going to wrap it up for this week, week 14. As I move on to week 15, you can check that out again right in the white eye. By the following week, I'll be talking about CinemaCon just a tad bit and what else I watched in week 15. Guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. My name is Jacob Tiranno. If you have any questions about the movies that I saw, go down in the comment sections below. Type them up for me. If you enjoyed it, slap a like on it for me right down here, thumbs up. And the best way to never miss any of my week updates or anything that I do is hit that subscribe button. And as you can see here at Jacob Tiranno on Twitter or Instagram, you see everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm watching. I post daily reviews on Twitter for my 365-day movie challenge, so don't miss out on that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jacob Tiranno. Please continue chasing cinema.